Hello, everyone. This is Brother Andrew, and today we're going to learn about a saint who is very close to my heart, Saint Giuseppina Bakhita. So let's all put our listening ears on and pay close attention to her incredible story. There are many things about Bakhita's early life that we do not know. We are not sure of when she was born, where she was born, or what name her parents gave her. We know she was born somewhere in Sudan in Africa around the year 1869. You might think that Bakhita knew these things, but she did not. In 1877, when she was 8 years old, she was kidnapped by slave traders. She was yelled at and beaten and sold like a piece of property. This was so frightening and horrible for her that she lost her memories of her family and even forgot her own name. The slave traders mockingly called her Bakhita, which means lucky in Arabic. Bakhita was bought and sold and bought and sold to many slave owners for 16 years. In 1883, she was bought by an Italian ambassador to Sudan. He was not as abusive as her other masters had been, and when it was time for him to return to Italy, she begged to go with him. Most people in Italy had never seen a black person before, so she was looked upon as some sort of exotic animal, but not as a human being. She was given as a gift to a man named Augusto Micheli. For the next 3 years, she worked as a nanny for Augusto's daughter, Alice, who the family called Mimina. Augusto Micheli decided to purchase a hotel in Sudan and move his family to live there. His wife Turina wanted to visit the hotel before their Italian estate was sold. Until her return, she left her daughter Mimina along with Bakhita in the care of the Canossians, a newly formed group of religious sisters. It was here in the Canossian convent that Bakhita was introduced to the Catholic faith. She learned about how God sent his son Jesus to die on the cross to save us all from our sins. When Turina Micheli returned to bring Mimina and Bakhita back to Sudan, Bakhita refused. She wanted to be a Catholic, and she wanted to be a nun. The Michelis were furious. They thought that Bakhita belonged to them, so they could tell her what to do. They brought her to court, insisting that Bakhita had no right to disobey them. In a landmark court case on November 29, 1889, the Italian courts ruled that Bakhita was not legally a slave in Italy. She was free. About a month later, on January 9, 1890, Bakhita was baptized with the names Giuseppina, Margherita, and Fortunata by Archbishop Giuseppe Sarto, the future Pope Pius X. On December 8, 1896, Archbishop Sarto would also accept her vows as a Canossian sister. Bakhita, now Sister Giuseppina, lived the rest of her life in the convent in Schio. She was admired for her incredible kindness, patience, and, above all, her smile. For a woman whose life had started off so horribly, she was always positive and grateful for the life God had given her. Bakhita died at 8:10 p.m. on February 8th, 1947. She was about 77 years old. On October 1st, 2000, Pope St. John Paul II canonized her as a saint. Her feast day is this Monday, on February 8th. Saint Bakhita once said, "If I were to meet those who kidnapped me, and even those who tortured me, I would kneel and kiss their hands. For if these things had not happened, I would not have been a Christian and a religious today." Sometimes bad things happen to us. But Saint Bakhita reminds us that God can use even bad things to help us somehow. The next time something bad happens to us, let's remember to ask Saint Bakhita to help us see the good in every situation.